Alright, this is my 2003 Yamaha Blaster. I was going up a hill and I heard a little bit of a clunking sound and lost all of the power, and I ended up limping it home. And I took the quad apart, took the cylinder off, and I'll show you the piston. And looks like the piston piece of it broke off, and you can see it probably went right through here. Up through the top. It fused. I mean, part of the piston rings are fused to the piston now, and as you can see at the top here, there's a bunch of notches. Probably bounced around in there quite a bit before it probably got ejected in the exhaust or something like that, or even melted. So I went ahead and bought a set from Wiseco, Wiseco. It's highly recommended from all the Blaster forums. Came with everything I needed in terms of all the gaskets, you know, for the top end, and the piston is actually, it's forged, so pretty much a pretty good deal, I think. It was it was in about $100 and came with everything. I took this the cylinder head. It wasn't too bad actually, but I took it to a local shop and they actually bored it out, honed it, and you know, for about $100. Actually, it was more like $80. So they did a really good job. You can see the inside of the cylinder, and looks pretty good. So I'm gonna start putting it together, and then I'll show you the results. So here's the new head gasket installed, as well as the piston. The new piston, you know, with 2 circlips. The new piston rings are in now as well. Put a little lubrication in there as well. There's a new bearing inside as well on the connecting rod. Alright, so here's the cylinder installed, you know, with the new piston. So the bolts down here, there's 4 of them. You have to pretty much torque them down to it's 18 pounds per foot-pounds actually. So there's 4 of them, and sometimes it's hard to get a torque wrench in there, so sometimes you gotta play by ear, but you know, don't over tighten it. So here's the piston, and I'm just, you know, using the Kickstarter, and you can see it's going up, you know, down easily, and looks like a really good fit as well. So, you know, of course I put some oil both on the cylinder and on the cylinder wall before installing it. Alright, now I'm gonna install the head gasket, and normally there's a little indicator or a little stamping that, you know, right on this side saying up, and that's the side that should be up, but this one doesn't have it. So I looked in the manual, and the flat part should be facing that way, and the arrow, as you see here, is pointing forward. So that's how you want to install the gasket, just like that, just like that. Now, you know, installing the head, and then the torquing that down as well. So here's the cylinder with the gasket installed, and here's the head. So I cleaned it up. It looked pretty good on, and just got to line it up and just install it on top. And that's it. And you'll see there's 6 bolts, and there should be 6 nuts and 6 washers to go with that as well. So you just torque it down to 20 foot-pounds. Alright, so now I've installed all the bolts with the washers and torqued them to 20 foot-pounds, and you start off, you know, crisscrossing, and then, you know, tightening each one of them. Here's a reed valve, and here's the new gasket for it. I actually went and bought a brand new Yamaha gasket versus using the one that came with the kit, but I think you can use either one of them, but I went ahead and bought a Yamaha. So that goes onto the engine side. This goes into the engine as well, which connects to that, and then this is the other piece, which connects right to the reed. And there's a rubber gasket here, so you don't really need to add another gasket here. So I'll install that now. There's a new, well, not new, but reinstalled reed valve with the new gasket, and then now the exhaust here. I'm gonna install the exhaust back, and here's the new gasket ring that goes in between there as well. And there's 2 bolts to tighten that up. So it looks like it started right up on the first and second kick, and looks like everything's in right. So just burning off some of the oil that's in the cylinder, but seems to be running okay. No more smoke, very little.